Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to another 360 video. This one is about Castlefield Viaduct in Manchester. We thought we'd get a 360 view of it. You look at me, you look behind me, you'll see Castlefield Viaduct there. Railway wonder, a true railway wonder, to be honest with you. So we're going to go up there and we're going to take a look. We'll take a look now because they're going to extend it eventually. Yes, the National Trust have had permission to extend the viaduct, so I'll just walk you over here and show you Castlefield. Now, as always with these 360 videos, you need to watch them in the highest possible resolution to have a good experience. So what you need to do is go to your little cogwheel, right hand side, bottom right hand side of your YouTube screen, and make sure it's at least in 4K, that's 2160. It should be okay in HD, but 4K is better. Now if you look up, you'll see the trams going over the viaduct that's next to Castlefield Viaduct, and I'm just giving you a quick view here now of the canals around Castlefield. This is the start. If you look away from me, you'll see the white bridge there, and to the right you'll see a boat called Shankly, if you can make that out. That's the start of the Bridgewater Canal. That's where the Bridgewater Canal came from Worsley and brought coal into Manchester and dropped the price of coal overnight, as they say in the history books. But anyway, what we'll do now is we'll go over to the bottom of the viaduct, and I will show you on the viaduct. Looks in all its splendour. You can see the hugeness of the structure. You can look across there. Probably the best view of it when you're down here. You'll see the castellations on it if you look closely, that are a nod to the Roman fort. So let's get up there and take a look at it. Right, so there we go, we're up on level with the viaduct. And if you don't know what Castlefield Viaduct is, it's basically a disused railway viaduct which is now kind of a garden slash walkway in the sky. I think one of the highlights is going to be that I'm going to put you out of the side of the viaduct, and you can look like you're hanging off the edge of it, and you can look back in at us. But we won't tell anyone because they might say not allowed. So a few of you don't like these 360 videos, not many of you. Most people like them. So if you want to see a normal video, I've done 2 previous normal videos on Castlefield Viaduct. First off, when we came up here rather naughtily before it was opened, and we sneaked on, it was all overgrown, so you can take a look at that. I'll put the link to that video. And then we came up when it was newly opened. The National Trust invited us up to do a video when it was first opened, so I'll put the link to that video as well if you want a normal video. So here we go. It's open 10 till 5 PM and it's free entry. You can just walk down. There is a little toilet there for your facilities, and you'll see it runs right next to the tram lines, and you get quite a few disconnected people that can't take their earplugs out. And there we go. And you see what they're trying to do with some of it is just leave it wild, yeah, sort of naturalised, and the way it was when it was derelict. But there are some quite nice constructed gardens as well. I'm going to put you up now a little bit so you can have a look. So you can read the signs and you can see how the viaduct was basically untouched since it closed in 1969. It ran into Manchester Central Station, which is now GMEX, Greater Manchester Exhibition Centre. Probably called something else now, but every Mancunian knows it is GMEX. And that was Manchester Central Station, long since gone. You'll see a little peak locomotive, or you'll see a rather big peak locomotive there, and you'll see a diesel multiple unit there. And then this eventually in the 80s became a car park, and I went in when it was a car park and never took any photos, little did I know. Now, one of the things I want to show you, if I put you up a little bit, is an old signal gantry, and every time I come here I keep moaning at them to put a signal up on it to sort of like reference what it used to be, but they've not done that. But I think it would be a really nice touch. So if you spin round, you should see a little something attached to the gantry across the viaduct, and that is where there used to be a signal gantry. If you look to the left of that, you'll see a step ladder that was access for the engineers to get access to the signal gantry up there. I think we climbed up that. It's quite a nice view over Castlefield. So I'll put you down amongst the wildflowers for a moment. I'm now going to just go to a garden area and try and poke you off the viaduct for a bit of an experience where you can look back at us.
The next one, isn't it?
We'll try this one, see what it's like. So here we go, you're going through now and you can look down, round and back into the viaduct. Might not be the best view, but I'll try and get you better in a minute. And I'm coming back in now. There you go. And if you look over to the other side, you'll see a tram and a sunflower. Now, if you look away from me, you'll see a nice sitting area here, and you'll see we've got a clear view now. So I'm going to put you outside the viaduct and give you a nice view. So let's go outside the viaduct. Where to send you? Send you at this part here. I think they got me rumbled. I can't get near enough to the thing, can I? Going out this side now, so you're between two viaducts here now, ready? I can't quite get you out as far as I'd like to. I'm waiting for an opportunity at the fence where I can actually shove you right outside the gantry and the fencing and everything, but we'll see what we can do. They've put this rather safe fence to keep us all safe, so I can't get near to the edge. But all the time up here you can hear the trams. Some nice flowers, very nice flowers if you look at this. There you go, something nice and yellow, and obviously it's nice in the city for the bees and the insects to have somewhere they can visit and have a source of food. Now this is quite a feat of engineering back in the day, and the engineers and the builders that built it were rather chuffed with themselves. And what they did was, I still don't know where it is, there's a lot of rivets, it's riveted together. The final rivet was a copper rivet that they put in as a ceremonial copper rivet. Now since then the whole thing's been painted over, as you would have to do with a big iron structure like this, iron and steel structure. So nobody knows where the copper rivet is. Now I presume it's somewhere where it's visible, because there would have been a celebrated thing, but I wish I knew where it was. But like I say, it'll have a coat of paint on it now. Little pond here.
Remember the coating to match your coat.
And if you look, I don't know where you're looking, but if you look at these tubs, these planters, you'll see that they're kind of rusty, and that is to reflect the Odsal cord, which is a big bridge which is just you can just see it through the gap in the viaduct down here, and that's done in this kind of like rusty look as well. So that's what it does. And then there's like a sitting area here now down here, what we'll take a look into, and you can also water the plants, which is very nice. Now behind these tubs of water, I should be able to get you out and off the viaduct. So here we go. Oh, I can't quite, but have a look at this. There you go, you're sticking out off the viaduct. You should be able to looking back at me. You've got the canal down there behind, the canal down below, and we may see a tram go across there in a moment. Here's the tram. Here's another one. So I'm now going to take you in this area here, like an exhibition area. You can look round in here, and they show all sorts of stuff about nature and everything in here. And if you look away from me, you'll see there's a lovely model there of the viaduct. Could do with a little bit of help there. The kids have had their hands on it. And I'll show you the other half now that is going to eventually be developed. So as you look down here, you can see now, if you look out the window and away from me, you can see, look away from me, you should be able to see down to the part of the viaduct which has not been developed yet. When I came here a few years ago, it was all completely overgrown. We got about as far as this. What they're going to do eventually is open up the rest of it. You're going to be able to walk down there and actually step off the viaduct and walk down. And you're not far from a place called Pomona Island then, which has got its own history. So what we'll do now is we'll walk back, and again, if you look away from me, you can look towards, we're walking towards Manchester City Centre now, and you'll see the Beetham Tower. I'll put it up high again so you can have a look round. This is the sort of that more constructed garden area. This is more, this hasn't been left to be wild. And it's good for kids that come up, that they can learn about different trees and stuff that they've planted here. Nice little seat there to chill out on. But I love this. I love obviously the industrial construct of it. It's really amazing. It's just a shame you can't get down here, because I would want to put you right out. And then in front of you is a big mirror, which gives you a chance to reflect on your visit to Castlefield Viaduct. I found another spot here now where I can throw you out the side of the viaduct. You even pick your spots when you look in that mirror. I'm going to put you out the side here now, and we'll have a look to see what's here. You'll see the Deansgate Towers there if you look away from me. I'll leave you to decide whether you like them or not. Going back in. And you'll see, if you look away from me, so I'm here, so if you look away from me, you'll see the brick structures there that are the integral part of the viaduct. Right, so it's quite a crisscrossed area. This is quite, as well as being quite a big junction for the canals, where the Rochdale Canal meets the Bridgewater Canal, and it was very industrial. It's also quite a railway hub as well, and you've got railways on different levels. So I'm now going to stick you off the viaduct, and what you need to do is look down, and you'll see rails below us. So here we go. across there, and if you look down, you'll see more rails below us, another railway line at a lower level. And this is the interesting part for me, because you can see all the structure. You can see, if I go lower with you, you can see the rivets that hold this thing together.
Coming down below.
And it's a bit we ain't got a freight going down below, because you get some heavy freights that go down there. This is the tram. Okay, so you've had a look down there, and now I'm going to bring you back in. And just beyond, if you look away from me, you'll see what looks like another castle. That's the a mock-up of the Roman fort that was here. So we're on the we're just at the almost at the confluence of the Medlock and the Irwell here, and it's where the Romans decided they would build a fort, and it's been reconstructed over there. And that's where it was, but it's a reconstruction. So I'll put you out there again now. You can go out with the birds. There you go, and you get a chance to look down the side of the viaduct. Let you have a look down the tram lines.
That's a good view there.
Yeah.
The tram coming.
So I'll just come over here.
That's better.
You can look down, that was the tram lines that we were looking at. You can look down the tram lines there, and there you run almost parallel with Castlefield Viaduct. And there's a tram coming now as well. Need to watch where I'm sticking this, because I've got all dead wires.
Well, they might.
Yeah.
Well, so he's got one coming that way. Get that.
You'll see the trams passing there. I'll bring you in now. Two things. If you look away from me, this was the approach to Manchester Central Station, and also to the left there, if you look at where I'm pointing, you might not be able to see on the camera, Great Northern Goods Warehouse, and there was a freight branch that went off here into that, which is now a cinema complex and a car park and everything. And this, like Roy said, this would have been a huge yard basically. This would have been immense to see back in the day, absolutely immense to see back in the day. What I'll do is we're going to go down, there's some famous steps here now at Castlefield. It's where all the Instagrammers come and take a particular picture. So I'll take to these steps. It's not a bad view, but it's been one of those views that's been done and done and done and done to death. So I'll just take you here and then I'll sign out. And this is what I wanted to take to you, this footbridge, where all the Instagrammers come to take this particular thingy, this particular photograph.
It's a recreation that we did like Game of Hearts.
I know, yeah, I've still got it somewhere.
To make an appearance.
So if you look away from me, I don't know where you're looking, if you look away from me and you look at the bridge that's in front of you, that bridge goes over to Deansgate Station, and you'll see that the view there with the Freightliner over there. Oh, we missed that. Anyway, don't mind, I don't think you can see that on the camera. But if you look at the way the bridge frames the big tower blocks, all the Instagrammers like to take a picture of that. Shot, mate. It's not been done before. In fact, there you go. There's somebody now taking a picture of that view. And God bless him for doing it. But yeah, you see Deansgate Station over there. You'll see some. See a freight train going across there, and you'll see the Deansgate Towers and everything. and in a minute we're going to go into Atlas Bar, which if you look up, if you find my thumb, my finger where it's pointing, we're going to Atlas Bar down there. So I will give you a walk to Atlas Bar. It's turned into a bit of a tour, this, isn't it? I will give you a walk to Atlas Bar because it's a nice little view here we get. There was a famous painting done as well here. So there was a guy called Not Quite Light who did a photograph. It weren't a painting, sorry, it was a photograph, and he did it off this bridge here. And I've got to hand it to him, he did very well. And if you look away from me and you look down to the crossroads down there, you got a shot of that in the rain with people running across the road with an umbrella, and it looked, for all intents and purposes, although it was a photograph, it looked like a Lowry. It looked like a Lowry painting. It was actually very, very good. I don't know whether he enhanced it or not, whether they used a little bit of a digital magic, but it was very, very good, and I think he's made quite a bit of money off that photograph, as you can't blame him. But it was this view here, basically, the bottom of Deansgate, and you see to the far right where my finger's pointing, that's the Rochdale Canal in its final stages there. It's about to just end at Castlefield. Over where, if you look at where my finger's going, Atlas Bar, we're going in there now. And then up here, where you see the buses, if you look where my finger's pointing again, see where the yellow buses are, that turns into Whitworth Street, and that's where the Hacienda used to be. Up there, you can't see the billboard, you can't see the location, it's just hidden behind the trees. The Hacienda was up there. So there you go. And here we are in Atlas Bar. Trying not to make a burk of myself. Lovely location. If you look away from me, you'll see you right at the bottom of Deansgate. And if you look towards me, cheers. I recommend Atlas Bar. There you go, Atlas Bar.